I have no item farms in my hardcore world, which means that I don't have any resources. But instead of just building one farm, I'm going to build all of them. Starting off with the easiest and then slowly working our way up to the hardest. And the first thing I'm going to build is a house to actually keep all the farms in, because we kind of need somewhere to store all of these farms. And after 5 hours of building, I'm finally done, and now we can start collecting all the farms. The first farm that we're going to be building is the sugarcane farm for rockets and paper. Now, let's get all the materials. Bam! And now we just gotta see if I can remember how to build one of these. And then we just add one more, and now we're done with the first farm. Okay, so the next two farms we're going to be building are a mob farm and a pumpkin farm. But I'm out of glass, so I kind of need to go get more of that. Guys, while I was trying to find coal, I made a friend. We will name him Bob. Come on, Bob, you're going to go to work with me today. It's take your son to work day. Now that we got the sand smelting, it's time to actually start building. Totally not watching a YouTube tutorial right now. And now that we have our pumpkin farm done, it's finally time to step up our game just a tiny bit and build a creeper farm, because if we're gonna have rockets, we kind of need gunpowder. And pretty obviously, there's not a whole bunch of room in here. So, thankfully, because I like to torture myself, I built a couple of levels down here so we can build one. Also, the reason I'm building this gunpowder farm is because, you know, you kind of need rockets with elytra, and, you know, rockets, they're kind of important. Also, so we can make explosives, because who doesn't love a little bit of explosives? Wait, I was supposed to make this a block taller. Oh my god! I also forgot to grab carpet, but thankfully, later in the video, we'll be building a sheep farm. I don't know why I'm spoiling the video. Now that we've built the basic sugarcane and pumpkin farm, I think it's time to step up our game even better by building the Blaze XP farm, because if you didn't know, Blazes drop double the amount of XP that normal mobs do. Bro, no way. No, actually no way. There's no actual way that we just spawned. This has to be the luckiest hardcore portal I've ever been to. To build it, we're gonna need some blocks, vines, glowstone. Whoa! Whoa! I'm just trying to get lava, please stop. Lava. First we gotta put a little bit of light around the farm so, you know, they don't spawn everywhere. Dig down a little bit, you know, then dig out 6 in every direction. After you build that 6x6, just mine everything out. I couldn't really talk much while I was building this because these things wouldn't stop spawning every single 5 seconds. If you do know why they kept spawning even when I put torches around it, please tell me, because I don't know why. But basically all you want to do is, after you make this box, you want to fill it with glass, and then you want to put lava on the corners, which will act as water and push these guys down in the middle. And then you want to put vines on the middle, because that apparently stops entity cramming. And then they just fall down there, and then you can go down there and collect all your loot. Dude, there's already so many spawning. It's crazy. We're getting so many levels from this too. So I basically sat there AFKing for about an hour. I also made a pizza because I was hungry. But by the end of it, I had around 40 levels, which isn't that bad. So the next thing we're going to be doing is building an item sorter to keep all these items in, because we can't just keep them in these small chests. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, we're going to build an item sorter, and I'm going to teach you how to build it while we're at it, because they're pretty easy to build. So the first thing you want to do is set up chests in a row like this. You can make it as long as you want. Then you want to place a whole bunch of hoppers facing straight into these chests. And then, right behind these hoppers, just place some redstone torches. Then take some repeaters facing 1 block away from those redstone torches. And I have to go get more because I didn't make enough. And then just cover this whole entire thing with blocks. Place redstone on the back, and then place some comparators facing into the redstone. We're almost done building this thing, but then you want to put some hoppers facing into the comparators. And then you want to place glass or stairs above these chests so you can actually open them. And then you want to place item frames on this glass. And then put whatever item that you want to go in that chest on this glass. So after you have everything placed on your item frames, you want to build 3 blocks up on whatever side you want, and then place hoppers going into that block. You want to take dirt, put it in an anvil, and then just name it whatever. Once you have it named, just put it in the item hopper, and then just put your corresponding block into there. You'll know it's working when this is on. And once you have all of that done, to test it, just put any item that you've put here into this chest. So let's do hoppers. They should start filtering out, and then if we check the hopper chest, they're going into there. Another thing that we probably want to check, just to make sure, is we're going to put an item that wasn't listed on there. For example, leather. And what should happen is it shouldn't go in any of these, but instead into this chest right here. Anyways, now we have to go build an Enderman farm. Now the only problem with building the Enderman farm is that I haven't beat the Ender Dragon yet. But thankfully we don't have to worry about blaze rods because I made a blaze farm earlier. Let's just safely get down from here. Grab some blaze rods. Bye guys, I'll see you guys later. And I think now is a good time to leave before I get killed. And now we just kind of gotta wait for Enderman. But before we fight the Ender Dragon, I think we should probably enchant some of our gear. And now that I have the most okay enchantments in the game, I think it's time that we beat the Ender Dragon. Also, before we beat the Ender Dragon, the 1.20 update released today, which is kind of cool. Killed him! Let's go! Finally, we can build that Enderman farm now. Even though I just lost 8 hours of footage, it's the next day, so I'm relatively happy. But this is basically all the loot we got from the end city, besides some of the stuff I'm holding here, and there's stuff in my hotbar, or inventory, I mean. So yeah, this is basically everything we got, and I do plan on using this later. But yeah, let's go build that other farm now. But like every single other farm in this game, I actually got to get the resources to build this thing first. So we're going to need some hoppers, but we are going to need some leaves, and then some slabs. And now we just have to build out 150 blocks. Yeah, that's a lot. Next thing we gotta do is build a 9x9 hole with like a 3x3 in the center. Yeah, that's not a scary sight at all. Yeah, that's perfectly normal. Also, if you're wondering how I can stare at them, I have a pumpkin head on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we gotta place our hoppers down. I know I forgot to grab these earlier, but I'm just not gonna bore you with me grabbing them. But you need to place some hoppers down. Now that we have this annoying clicking sound that won't go away, you gotta place a lever down and some redstone dust. Yeah, that's your on and off switch. I also forgot to grab carpet, but yeah, just place some carpet over this. They are really just piling up, aren't they? I was being stupid and forgot to hit record, but basically all you want to do is add another layer to this, and we just got to build 13 up. Now that we've built all the way up to the 13th ring, we just got to put one more layer on top of this. And now we just got to build out 13 in the center of every side, which is going to take way too long. Next, we gotta build out by 15 on every point, which will make a 31 by 31 square. And thankfully, there's already Endermen spawning. Oh my god, there are so many down there. They're actually lagging my game. And now we just gotta fill the whole entire thing with blocks, except for the hole in the center, because we kinda need that. See, that didn't take long at all. Then we place some trapdoors in the center. Okay, so now what we need to do is place a dirt block in the center, build 3 up. But then we gotta place a chain, and then we gotta place some carpet on top of the chain. And if you couldn't tell already, we're building the cage that spawned in the endermite that, you know, brings all these guys to the center. Then we gotta place a rail down here, and then we gotta keep throwing ender pearls until we get an endermite. Worst part about this is I gotta keep trying and hopefully not die. Okay, there we go, we got the endermite. Finally, you're annoying. Now we just gotta name this guy. We're gonna name him Joe, because Joe Mama. And there we go, we've completed the Enderman farm, which hopefully this will give me a crap ton of XP and ender pearls, because ender pearls are very fun to use. I'm gonna sit here and AFK for a little bit, and I'll come back when I get some levels. And I'd say this farm works pretty well, considering the fact that I've only been here for 30 minutes and already have more XP than the Blaze farm. But now that we have that farm done, it's time to move on to the hardest farm in Minecraft, the gold farm. So the first thing we gotta do to build this farm is to get on top of the nether roof. And now we're up. The first thing I want to do while I'm up here is build a nether portal, because I really want to be able to get down from here. And if you didn't already, the gold farm takes a lot of resources to make, like 4 shulker boxes full of magma. And with that being said, the most obvious thing we're going to need are glass and magma. Now, out of all of this, I think magma is going to be the easiest to get because it's on the nether and we're in the nether. But since I'm already in the overworld, I'm just going to go get glass. And thankfully, I have a lot of leftover glass from building this thing. But while I'm up here, I do actually need to break this bedrock so I can, you know, go into the nether. That's pretty self-explanatory. In order to make bedrock, we just gotta build a quick contraption. Oh, it worked. I'm actually kind of surprised. And now all we gotta do is cue the magma montage. Okay, so now after hours of mining and multiple pickaxes, we finally have enough magma. And now we can start building this thing. Also, I'm not gonna show me grabbing all the materials for this because that would just take like way too long in the video, and I don't think you guys want to watch me grabbing 87 different things. So yeah, but the first thing we gotta do to build this is find a nether wastelands biome. Thankfully, we're already in one. And the next thing we gotta do is build up 107 blocks. This would be a lot easier with scaffolding, but I don't have any. And now we just gotta make a glass platform. And while I'm making what's going to be on this glass platform, let's talk about the gold farm itself and what it does. The specific gold farm that we're going to be making is a recreation of Ilmango's gold farm, which is also considered a XP farm. So not only from this farm are we going to be getting tons of gold and other items, we're also going to be getting tons of XP while we're doing this, which should boost us up all the way to 100 levels. But now let's get back to the finished product. Now that you know what this gold farm's about, I can actually show you how to build this thing. First, we need to put rails and mine carts with hoppers on all of these hopper blocks. That was a mouthful to say. Next, we need to push a block into these mine carts. And the reason we did this is so now whenever I throw a block onto here, it gets picked up by the mine cart and then we'll end up going here. The next thing we gotta do is place a whole bunch of mine carts on this rail right here, because basically what that's gonna do is whenever piglins fall in there, it's just gonna be a whole bunch of entity cramming and kill them. Then we gotta place a trapdoor here. And then build a big ring around this thing. And now we just gotta make a huge glass circle. See, and now we have a ring of glass that definitely didn't take 2 hours to build. Anyways, remember all that magma we stocked up? Yeah, this is when we start using all of that. And now we just gotta build another ring, except this time out of magma. Why do I always do this to myself? And now we have to build 2 more rings of this, but I don't feel like putting that in editing because I don't want to be editing for 8 hours tonight, so I'll just cut to when they're done. And done. Okay, so now that we have all these rings done, all we gotta do is add glass to the top and add trapdoors on the sides and we should be done. And after 8 hours of building and me being extremely tired, we're finally done with this gold farm. And now, all we gotta do is... okay, yep. Oh my god. Well, I think it works. That's very loud. That is extremely loud. I'm gonna AFK here for about an hour, and I'll come back, and we'll see the results. I did have to turn off the sounds of hostiles dying because it was way too loud up there, but as you can see, after only an hour sitting at this farm, and I'm at 110 levels. 48 to 110. That is just crazy, and if we look at the chests down here, they're like basically full. And with us completing the gold farm, that means that we've created every single farm going from the easiest to hardest difficulty. If you'd like to see more of this content, please like and subscribe, because this is the only second episode of my Minecraft Hardcore series, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!